Special Counsel Robert Mueller has impaneled a grand jury in the Russia probe. Reuters is now reporting that subpoenas have been issued in relation to the June 2016 meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and Russian lawyers and others. Joining us now on the phone, Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst. Let me ask you about that piece of news first. The idea that subpoenas have been issued related to that June meeting with Donald Trump Jr. What do you make of that?
Well, remember, an FBI investigation without a grand jury is essentially toothless. This was the essence of the complaints that a lot of us raised about the investigation of Mrs. Clinton. So without a grand jury, the FBI can request documents and request interviews, but it can't compel them. Only a grand jury can issue subpoenas, which can compel witnesses to come and testify before it, or compel custodians of records to produce them. So the fact that a grand jury has been impaneled means we're probably at the beginning, not at the end of this, but it also means that there is a there. There is something that some investigators have acquired via voluntary cooperation of some witnesses, investigators being FBI agents, who have recounted to the grand jury what they have acquired and what they need in addition. And the grand jury has presumably accepted that testimony and voted to issue subpoenas, and those subpoenas have probably been served. Now, we don't know who the target of the investigation is, and we don't know who the recipients of the subpoenas are, but we know that there is something there more than just a little bit of smoke, or they wouldn't be wasting the grand jury's time.
No, totally, and let's drill down on what you just said there. So by process of elimination, who do we know so far who has agreed to cooperate related to that meeting that we're talking about between the Russian lawyers and Donald Trump Jr., and who has not agreed to come in and talk?
Well, we don't know. I mean, someone knows this. Bob Mueller knows it, and his investigators probably know it. And it may very well be that no one there cooperated. It may very well be that the investigators want to see all the emails between the people at the meeting with the Russians and the Russians themselves. And in order to get those emails, they have to give the grand jury a basis for it, and then they have to get the grand jury to subpoena the emails from the service providers. It could be something that early on, or it could be that somebody at that meeting is giving some information to the FBI, and whatever they're giving to the FBI has caused them to run to a grand jury so that they can get more.
We're also hearing that, this is from our own John Roberts, that Trump attorney John Dowd tells Fox News on the record that we have no reason to believe that President Trump is under investigation. What do you make of that? What does that mean?
Quite frankly, I think that's a PR statement. At this point, the federal government, the prosecutors...
Wouldn't that mean they haven't received a subpoena of any type? I mean, they couldn't say that if they've been asked for anything.
I can't imagine they subpoenaed the President of the United States personally. It's just too early in the game. What John Dowd really means is that Bob Mueller's office has not sent him a target letter, meaning that the President of the United States is a target of a criminal investigation. The Department of Justice is required to send that letter when they've concluded they're going to seek an indictment. That would be many, many, many steps from now. So technically, he's right. They haven't received a target letter, but as a practical matter, it's too early in the investigation for anybody to conclude conclusively that the president is not the subject of this investigation.
But you were saying it could be something as simple as that they're demanding emails, and
yes,
this is the only way to get it.
Yes, which is why I encourage our colleagues not to overreact. The summoning of a grand jury is at the beginning stages of an investigation.
Yeah.
It means it's a professional investigation, and it means there's something there that the prosecutors want that they can't get voluntarily, so they need this tool called a subpoena, and only the grand jury can give them the tool.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are not heeding your warning and have already jumped off the deep end into the pool that, you know, we're on our way to impeachment now. But it's sweet of you to come on and remind them that we're not quite at that point yet. Judge Napolitano, thank you.